What's happening, people? Appreciate you guys checking in. Let's get it, man. Game week. We got our game on Sunday. But shit, first game of the season is tomorrow. Thursday night game, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Got ourselves a Thursday night game. We got a Friday game. I think it's our division rivals on Friday. I think that's when the Chargers and Chiefs kind of kick off the AFC West battles. And so, man, we got football right around the corner, man. It is exciting. But we're going to talk about our week one matchup, talk about the things that we're looking for, kind of break down the expectations. We're also going to take a look at the offense and defense side of the ball. But, man, we're also going to talk about a little bit of news that popped up just recently today, as a matter of fact, with our boy Jakobi Meyers. He had a little bit of an interview. I'm going to play the full interview. It's about a minute and a half. So we'll take a look at the interview. People kind of started to clip up some quotes that he had during that interview. So we'll get the full context of what it was. But man, just it gives a little bit of insight as to what the situation currently is with Jakobi Meyers and this front office. So we definitely want to get the chat's feedback. But I definitely want to get my guys' feedback. But as you guys know, we're hitting you guys on a Wednesday. This is going to be the last Wednesday that we just chop it up with you guys, because from here on out, we're going to do nothing but breaking down some game film after each and every week. So you guys know that's what we do after each and every week, man. But we also hit you guys on Sundays after the games as well to kind of give you just our post-game reaction to it. And we have a little bit of fun with it. So we appreciate everybody in the chat starting to pop in with us. You guys are in the Raider War Room. But before I get to the chat, gotta say what's up to my guys, man. I got Chris, Protect Show Podcast, as well as the Severe Raider. I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk Raider Nation. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe button. We do a sub-only chat, just a way to show our appreciation to all of our subscribers. So we appreciate it, chat. I'm going to hit you guys up in just a second, but let me say what's up to my guys, man. Chris, what's happening, man? How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. Ready for this football, man. It was fun watching some college games last week. You know, I got cooked in my parlays, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But no, I'm happy, man. I'm excited to get some of this NFL going, and you know, we can finally see what our team really is. You know, there's been a lot of speculation, a lot of hope. So we're gonna see, because a lot of people, you know, criticize us because we act like we know everything. But I want to see if I was right or not. So we're going to find out.
We're going to find out real quick, without question, man. And Chris, it's the first time I could say it. I got clicked on my baseball ones, too.
You got clipped?
It was the first time. I actually lost 4 in a row, which is wild.
Yeah,
But I'm still up about 19 units on the season. So I'm
still
okay.
Hey, you good, though. You good, though. You good.
I'm still good.
Yeah, you playing with the house money, man.
Exactly. Yeah. This one, yeah.
Exactly. I'm still up 19 units, so I'm still feeling all right. I got the Dodgers game right now. I'm gonna check in just a second, but yeah, hey, college football went down. A lot of people already saying Archie Manning's the worst thing since the Eli's came out. So it's like,
but hold on, everybody wanted, even in our chat, they wanted us to tank for him.
Exactly, but you
even
know,
in our chat.
Pump the brakes. Like it's one game. Just it's one game. All right. So we'll see how it all works out. But man, Severe, I'm throwing it to you. Game week. How you feeling, man?
Yeah, man. It's just anticipation, ready to see what this team looks like week one. You know, a real opponent. You know, it's some familiar faces on the coaching staff and on the roster. So see if we ready. You know, see what Gino can do. See what Genty's gonna do. That first collision between Spillane and Genty, that's gonna tell it all right there. Because Spillane got one of them. He got one of them like steroid necks. He got them steroid necks.
He's got his own neck roll, built-in neck roll.
So we're gonna see. That's if Genty can survive that and be cool, he's gonna be all right for the year. He's gonna be all right for the year.
He's gonna be right. I still want him to pick and choose his battles, though.
Yeah,
that's for damn sure.
Now with him, business decisions is cool.
Yeah,
he can make business 100%. Decisions. I'm good.
Absolutely. Well, and hopefully he learned from that first business decision that he attempted or lack thereof. But man, I appreciate everybody rocking with us, man. I'm gonna get to the chat. Remember, if you can't hit that like button, subscribe. We do a sub-only chat, just a way to show our appreciation to all of our subscribers, man. But we're gonna chop it up about Jakobi Meyers, the news that we just got hit with, and at the same time, We're going to break down this week 1 matchup. Again, go over the offense, the defense, and some of the expectations that we kind of have, and we want to see how this team going into week 1. And so let's say what's up to the chat. We see Mario, man, first one in the building. What's going on, man? I appreciate you rolling with us. Alfredo, what's happening, man? Yaya in the building. Appreciate you. What up, Mark? What's happening, man? Good seeing you. Bart in the building. You in the house, man. It's game time. Yes, it is, man. Let's go. Time to take care of some business on Sunday. Yes, it is. And chat, let us know what you guys doing on Sunday. You barbecuing? You going out to the bar, checking it out? You staying home? I know I'm locking my ass up in a room, and I'm going to be just watching the game. My family, the wife and kids know you leave me alone until I get out.
Leave me alone.
They know it. And so I did all my stuff in the off season to earn my time with the Raiders. And so, man, but Severe, before I'm going to check out everybody else in the chat, but, man, let everybody know what you got going on week 1 because you and Dub Raider got an event going on as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Me and my guy, Dub, man, we are doing a watch party at the Dank Crypto Bar in Hawthorne, California. That's 13825 Hawthorne Boulevard. Come through. You know, we got it's going to be a good time. A bunch of Raider fans got free shots for every Raider touchdown. They got some beer specials going on. Like I said before, man, it's going to be a lot of alcohol left at the end of the day, you know, because we're only giving out shots for touchdowns. So we're gonna hey, I'm keeping my receipts. If I don't crack that thing, so we're gonna see. But yeah, man, you know, come on, man. It's gonna be a good time, man. We get to see our team in action, you know, first week of the year, so it should be lots of fun.
Yeah, man, guys. If you guys are in that SoCal area, make sure you guys go check out Dank Crypto Bar with Severe as well as Dub Raider. And if y'all don't know, we going to be here week 2, home opener. Week 2 at Allegiant. You got the Raider War Room that's going to be in town. You got Chris, myself, as well as Severe. We're going to be there. So hit us up. If you guys going to be around on Saturday, we're going to be at Tap and Ash with Dub Raider, man. And then, man, we're going to be out and about. You know, Saturday is going to be crazy, as well as Sunday. A bunch of people are going to be down there at Fremont Street downtown. I'm sure we're going to find our way there. So make sure you guys hit us up because Leo's going to be there. Shout out to Leo. What's up, man? We're going to hit you up as well. We're going to hang out. Myra G's going to be in the building as well. We all know Myra. She runs the show. She runs the show when she gets into town. So shout out to you, Myra. It's going to be good to see you on week 2. We got Billy Davis in the building. What's going on, man? 808 Raider in the building. Frank Skinner. Franklin, what's happening, man? Troy Gill. What's good, man? Appreciate you popping in. Raider Hawaii, good seeing you in the building. Let's see, John, what's happening, man? What's going on? Let's see. Oh, and of course, yeah, like that. Bring your own bulletproof vest, Severe. Down there in Hawthorne, man. Let's see. I see Coach. What's going on, man? What's happening? Bart's saying Killarney's Bar in Huntington Beach. That's what you're doing? Good, man. If you guys close to there, go check out Bart, man, if he's just chilling. What up, Cool Kev? What's going on, man? All right. So appreciate everybody, man. If you can, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications. Also, you know what we do? We break down game film throughout the season. We're going to do it next Wednesday. So make sure you guys tap in, hit that notification. But if you can, also share it. If you know any Raider fans, share it to your families, friends, all Raider fans. If you like and enjoy the content. What up, Angelo? What's happening, man? All right, let's do this. We're going to jump in. We're going to break down the week 1 matchup, but let's first jump into a little bit of Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers, he had an interview inside the locker room. A lot of people were clipping some of the stuff that he was saying. Again, it looks like it's just a little bit of insight as to what this extension talk is, or maybe even lack thereof. So I'm going to play the clip, get your guys' feedback, but I'm also going to reach out to my guys here and get your feedback as well. Because again, a lot of question marks as to kind of where this talk is going, and we're going to chop it up. So let me kind of go ahead and play it. I'm going to share the screen. And again, let me know, guys, what your thoughts are after I play it. Give me that thumbs up if you guys can hear it. I'm going to play it now.
There were reports about, asking for a trade. Where are things with that? And how do you separate, the business side from going out there?
I asked, they said no. And that's kind of, that's where that stopped. But I mean, I'm just keep doing my job until something shake out either way. Honestly, I don't know which way it's gonna go, but I'll be ready for whatever.
Are you pretty confident that something will work out here?
I wouldn't say I'm pretty confident. Like I said, I really don't know where it's gonna go, but I know, like I said, I'm ready. I'm ready to go if you want me to go. I'm ready to play if you need me to play. So,
Are you happy here?
am I happy? It's a job, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, like I'm happy to be doing my job with my boys, but I could be happy anywhere.
Everybody knows the kind of worker you are, what you do every day. Like, how hard is it to do that, knowing that there's business things that you're like, well, that's not being taken care of. Like, what am I doing on my side?
I mean, it's not too hard, honestly, because I spend most of my time in here or on the field. So it's out of my mind until probably for like 30 minutes of my day. I'm like, hold on, I didn't get paid yet. You know what I mean? But for the most part, like, I'm cool. Like, I'm chilling.
Once a game starts Sunday, do you feel like the business stuff is kind of like done? Like, is it off season for business and seasons for something else, or does that continue?
Nah, it don't. I mean, for me, it don't stop. Like, I'm still pushing to take care of my family every day. So if it stopped for them, I mean, I'm gonna have to bring it back up or something. But nah, for me, it ain't dead yet. I'm gonna keep fighting. So Pete said compete. So that's what I'm doing.
There you have it, man. Chat, let us know what you think just about that interview. You know, the one thing I will say is it sounded like Jacoby was as truthful as it gets. I mean, that's as truthful of a response that you can get. And at the same time, I mean, that is a true professional. I mean, if you want to have an example of what a professional is in that locker room, I think you just heard it. One thing I'm going to kind of bring this up just so everybody kind of knows what we're talking about. But that's the one thing that was really interesting, right? The one reporter, I think it was a lady that said it. She said, "Are you happy here?" And he said, "It's a job at the end of the day, basically. Yeah. It's a job." And whenever you hear that, man, it sometimes it kind of, damn. When you just say it's a job, yes, it is, but that type of response is rough. So I'm going to kind of bring this up again just so everybody kind of knows what we're talking about. And I'll kind of share it on the screen, kind of throw it up at the top. But, man, chat, let us know. Mario, you're saying, bro, we need to pay him. We paid Alex Kappa, and he's garbage. Why not pay him? And that's as truthful as it gets. Jacoby will get played just like you told me. Leo, I don't want to hear one word when he balls out and goes somewhere else, man. I'm with you, man. So it's like driving a Lamborghini while living in a trailer. What up, man? Oh, God, 2 cups. Jesus Christ. Cool, Kev. It shouldn't have been dragged out in public. Take care of the business. Let's see, Mario. What up? I've seen another clip of him talking about this today. Yeah, okay. So that's just the main interview in the locker room where I think everybody's kind of clipping it up. So we're kind of talking about Jacoby, man. Severe, I'm going to talk to you first. What's your thoughts? What's your initial thoughts on that interview and just kind of the state of just the lack of, looks like, contract talks with Jacoby Myers?
Pay that man his money, man. It's like, pay that man his money. We ain't, you know, we're only paying we're only 2 big contracts, and you know, Max and Gino, and then it's a whole bunch of like moderate contracts. Like, pay Jacoby the consummate money that he deserves. You know, he should be getting paid at least as much as Michael Pittman Jr., at least as much as Cortland Sutton, and he's in that $23-24 million range per year. You give him 2 for $60 extension, that's about where he'll be at, and that's what he deserves as a player. And you hear right there, like, dude's truthful. He didn't sugarcoat it. He didn't try to play both sides. He didn't try to pander to Raider fans. He didn't try to, you know, kiss ass to the organization. He just kept it real. It's like, hey, I'm happy here, but I can be happy anywhere. You know, hey, they asked him straight up. He's like, yo, this is a job. And he said, you know, hey, does he think about it? He's like, no, but at times it hits him like, dang, yeah, what they show ain't paying me. Like, they need to run me my money. And it, you know, the business don't stop for him. And this is something that's going to stick in his mind. And this will be something that's going to come back to bite the Raiders, where if he does ball out and there is going to be some higher offers, don't be talking about, you know, hometown discount or, you know, hey, you had your best seasons here. And what about Chip Kelly and Gino? And what about your boys? Who you leaving your teammates? I don't want to hear none of that, because he gave them every opportunity. Stay quiet the entire time. And even now, he didn't even go public with his trade request. He asked the organization, and somebody from the organization, or maybe somebody from his team, but somebody leaked it. He didn't come out and say it himself. So, but when he was asked about it, he didn't duck, he didn't dodge. He didn't, oh man, I don't know what, that's nothing, and I don't hear anything about that. I only want to be here. He kept it straight up, like, yeah, I asked, and they said no, and that was the end of that. So, he kept it a buck, but he still remained professional the entire time. And you see, like, these are the guys people take advantage of. And you wonder why these players, you wonder why T.O. doing sit-ups in his driveway and Micah Parsons laying out on, like, this is why. Because the guys that are the nice guys that aren't willing to go to those extremes, they get past, they get left by the wayside. As they say, it's the squeaky oil that gets the wheel. And until you start squeaking enough, they just going to ignore you. And they're going to take care of other people. But now, Jacoby, you done turned the quiet mouse into a squeaky one. So he's about to make some noise. And, they Raiders going to have to deal with it. And now it's exposing how they're handling their business from one of the most upstanding, culturally foundational pieces on the team.
Yeah, I'm with you and Darth Everett, man. Let's start a GoFundMe and pay Jacoby. Man, I'm telling you. I think the fan base as a whole, the more and more we kind of look at it, I think we are in favor of potentially bringing him back. One thing I've said is that if they weren't going to bring him back, then you better have nailed the draft. And they haven't. Jack Besh, ton of question marks. Deontay Thornton, potential, but there's still question marks as to whether or not he could be a true number one. And so the Raiders haven't prepared themselves enough to kind of have the leverage, unless they're just being stubborn and they're going to make sure these guys work, or they're going to force their way to seeing if these guys work, and they're going to let Jacoby kind of sit his way out. So, Severe, I 100% agree. You know what I'm saying? You let this thing linger and watch him go ball, and now you found yourself in a situation where you're going to probably end up paying more than what you initially would have earlier in this offseason. So, Raider Hawaii, I'm 50-50 on Spy Tech. Kappa, Forsyth, and Booker are questionable. I'm with you, man. Cool, Kev. He's in a tough situation. He came here before the new regime, and his stats and market value making his negotiations tough. But he is a true number one in this locker room. I guess we'll just kind of put it that way. And it looks like we're going to rely on him to have some success this season based on what these rookies have done so far. Charlie, he's a very good player and seems to have his stuff together. I hope they sign him. Well put. He does. Enun, what's going on, man? Giving Kappa 10 mil, man. It was 5.5. So I think it's 11 mil total, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, what's your thoughts? I got my thoughts, but man, I'll save it for the end, man. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, man. I mean, Severe was, he hit it right on the head. I mean, at the end of the day, this is an example of, when organizations take people's kindness as weakness. Usually, guys in this situation are going to make a big deal about it. They're going to, be very vocal. They're going to do little subtle things. Well, I won't even say subtle, but, he could easily take, the Raiders off of his social media. It seems subtle, but it speaks volumes. It's been all over the media, just little things like that. As Severe said, the squeaky, being squeaky, more than anything. He's done everything right. He's been a leader. He's during the off season, he's still there working with the quarterbacks. He's working with the young wide receivers. Even on the field, he's blocking, he's going, catching the balls in the middle, pause. He's doing everything that, you want your players to do. We always talk about, we want guys that love ball. We want guys that are true Raiders. And we're over here playing with this dude's money, man. Talking about like being stubborn and all that. Like, he's not the type that you be stubborn with. He's the guy that you take care of because you want other young players to act like him. You want other guys who were undrafted free agents to be able to look at Jacoby and be like, look, that's how you do it. You may not get drafted. You come in as an undrafted free agent. You work your way up. And when it's time to get paid, you do everything right. You get rewarded. But no, we're setting this up completely wrong, man. Completely wrong. And again, I know I say it a lot. I know Severe as well. I mean, guys around the league absolutely respect this dude, man. They respect him. And and I know if he is on the trade block or whatever, there's going to be teams calling him immediately. and he's gonna go somewhere where he's, appreciated, and he's gonna ball out because he's not a guy that's gonna, not, do what he's supposed to do. So, man, salute to him. But the thing is, and I was telling Severe and them earlier, man, it's like a part of me almost wishes he was a little bit more standing on business a little bit more, to be honest. But, at the end of the day, it's always protecting the shield, but, and I want it to work. But, man, I almost want him to be like, take the Raider logo off your social media. Get their attention. Don't just ask them and they say no and then just it stops there. No, it shouldn't stop there. This is your opportunity to take care of your family. Like he said, they basically tried to draft your replacement and then they found out they swung and missed. So, man, you got to take care of yourself, man. So salute to Jacoby. I hope we pay him. We bring in what's his name? Cooper. Cooper's built like me. You know what I'm saying? Like he come in out of shape, man, belly out. Like, what are we doing, man? Never mind. Go ahead, man.
Oh man, I think I just lost my train of thought. No, and Chris, 100% right. Joseph, what's going on, man? I see you, Raider Ben. What's happening?
What up, Ben?
SoCal in the building. ASAP. What's happening? Mad Dog Raider as well, man. Appreciate you popping in with us.
Cooper is built like me, dog. How you get so?
I don't know what happened, bro.
But we're not getting into that topic. But here's the thing, though, is Mad Dog Raider. So what do you think he's asking for? What does he want more? Here's the thing. Jacoby Myers strikes me as the guy that he's not going to be trying to max out a contract. He's not trying to sit there and go, no, I'm going to negotiate more. If you give him a respectable contract, I think he'll sign on the dotted line.
I think he will too.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't want to get disrespected. Just don't disrespect him.
Exactly. So, like, there's some reports we saw to where they're saying, 60 or 30 mil a year, stuff like that. And again, I'm just speculating, but I would not be surprised if you extended him and he got somewhere in upwards of like that 23, maybe even 24. I could see him sign on the dotted line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just the way that he's acting, the way that he's kind of presenting himself, he's there. He's practicing. You know what I'm saying? So he wants to be there. And like he said, he's more than willing to battle with his brothers, battle with the guys that are with him, which tells me I don't think it's all about just the money. Pay him some respect for what he brought last year and what he brings to this locker room, and I think he'll sign on the dotted line. It don't matter if he's paid top 10 receiver or true number one money. I think you give him maybe 23, 24, bang. We locked him. And if you even give him 24, next year he will be playing for like bottom tier number one money, even a number two receiver, because of the way the salary cap is going to grow.
Right. Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying? And so I want them to sign Jacoby because of the way that the Raiders have set themselves up. Again, Jack Besh, question marks. Deontay Thornton, question mark if he's a true number one. This is the position the Raiders have gotten themselves in. If they would have done it differently, if we would have potentially drafted a T-Mac, a Tedderolk McMillan, guess what? Now you may not be having these conversations because now T-Mac is a true number one that you have in this locker room. So you may not be having those conversations. The Raiders have put themselves in this position. That's if they want a true number one in this locker room this year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, if they're willing to just move on and they want to save some salary cap and next year's, our year, then the writing's on the wall. I want us to bring him in. But here's the thing. Right now, again, it's looking at it both ways. Right now, Jacoby Myers might be looking at going, why trade me when there's no team that right now is truly going to put him at his full value, right? Everybody's set for the season. Everybody's ready to rock. You're literally you're in some cases, you're 4 days away from the week one opener. I don't think there's a team knowing that he already said that he's willing to get traded, knowing that the Raiders aren't willing to pay him. He may not get the money that he truly deserves right now in this situation.
Yeah.
So in Jacoby's best interest, to be dead honest with you, wait for the trade deadline. Wait for a receiver room to have some injuries. Wait for a team like, and again, I'm just throwing an example out there, What happens if the a receiver gets hurt for the Baltimore Ravens?
Yeah.
And now they need a true receiver. There's his leverage to get a decent payout and go to a team that could potentially provide him more value. And it also benefits the Raiders. I'm not saying I want them to do it, but it benefits the Raiders because now you could trade or have a trade partner that you now know needs a receiver to be added to that locker room. So I could see this something going down more that trade deadline because now Jacoby, get a team that's going to pay more value for you, and you can get a decent little pay raise this season. Again, I don't want to see it happen. I want to see us bring him back in, extend him, but it looks like that's kind of where the direction that we're going.
Yeah.
And it gives the Raiders more time to figure out who Jack Bech really is, and is Deontay Thornton really going to work out?
To be honest, what I could see happening is we trade him to the Patriots after we get done playing the Patriots.
Ooh.
Honestly, I mean, you don't want to trade him before. You want to get that game out the way because Josh McDaniels and Vrabel, they would absolutely love someone like that in the locker room. Get you a reliable safety blanket for your young quarterback, a guy that is going to be Mr. Consistent. He's going to be there, do things the right way. They got a young team. They got money. Like, to me, I could see that happening, honestly. And I think he would want to go there. 'Cause part of that, in that same interview, he kind of talked about, he answered a question about Josh McDaniels. And he actually kind of slipped up and was like, yeah, he basically was like, yeah, I'm glad he's back over at the Patriots. He's basically saying he should have probably never left the Patriots, basically saying he should have never came to our organization. But he's always been someone that respects McDaniel. So I literally could see after we play them, we'll ship him over there. Mark my word.
And Dan Campbell, you're saying bullshit for him to wait 1 week before the season kicks off. And I maybe share the same sentiment with the guys I share the screen with, is that's not on him. That's on the Raiders dragging their feet, knowing that they were trying to figure out. Yeah, like we just showed the interview. He's being an absolute professional, but this is part of the process. This is another step in the negotiations on his side. But at the end of the day, this is all on the Raiders. For either they completely missed the boat on his replacement, or they're being stingy as hell and they're just preparing for next season. They're willing to walk off from him. He's never been a part of the future plan. And Jacoby Myers is just trying to gain his leverage to say, look, I know what I bring to this locker room. I know what I bring to this Raiders team. And it's just another step in the negotiations. I have no problem with doing it the way that he did it, because guess what? He's still at practice.
Exactly. That's it right there. It right there. He's not
just
being a distraction.
It's just him trying to move the needle to get something done because he doesn't want to leave. He wants to be a part of this team.
Yeah.
And so I don't fault him for lighting the fire. And when Chris said it, and now Severe said it as well, don't mistake his kindness for weakness, because that's exactly what they're trying to do to him.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, if he was loud, if it was, a diva, I bet this would have been handled a lot differently. In fact, they probably would have took care of him before Colton, because Colton is actually kind of the same way, they so had two guys that are soft-spoken, stay under the radar, do things the right way. They got lucky. They got lucky. One of them is a diva, for real.
Exactly.
Let that have been Trent Williams in AB or somebody. You know what I'm saying?
And look, Joseph C., here's the thing, and it's a good point to bring up, and I want to bring it up a little bit earlier, but I honestly forgot. There's so much to talk about with this whole Jacoby Myers situation, is we have the salary cap.
Exactly.
We have had the salary cap for a while now. And we have it to bring him in if we want to prioritize having potentially, honestly, just a good season. Without Jacoby Myers, man, it's tough. So, and you guys know I've always said it. I'm all about the players getting paid and getting paid what they feel they're worth. And Jacoby Myers brings a lot to his locker room on and off the field.
No,
So,
definitely.
man, I appreciate everybody rocking with us. Let's see. Mario Jr., all this Jacoby stuff just tells me Spytek is just waiting on Best to play good. That's why this Jacoby contract's taking so long. He might be waiting a while.
He waiting a long ass time.
He might be
waiting a
waiting
long ass time.
Wow. I'm telling you. So, and that's the hard part, right? Raider Hawaii. Jacoby has been an Iron Man. I think he only missed one game in the last 3 years.
Oh, he's Mr. Reliable. He's there. He's always available, and he don't drop passes.
Exactly.
And he blocks. And he
and
don't
while
talk.
doing the dirty work. That's what was crazy. Like, he does all that while doing the dirty work.
Right.
And that's ready to do what's going on, man. This is how you know we ain't serious about competing. Kobe ain't.
He ain't a one, but the Raiders stay playing when we going to stop. When we're gonna stop being cheap in free agency now, cheap with our guys.
Yeah, he ain't a one. Yes, you're right, but he's a one in this locker room. So Raider,
yeah,
100%.
Look, during joint practices, he was the only Raider wide receiver that was getting separation.
Yeah,
the only one.
Yeah.
So
and then Brock.
like we had 11 draft picks. Well, we got 2 starters out of that. 2 starters.
Yeah.
And one of the starters is like it's almost like by default. You know, like low key started.
You talking about Dante?
Yeah, Dante Thornton is low key just started by default. You know, like if they had a better option, they would go with a better option. It's just like, well, damn, it's him or Jack. Like, well, we're going with Dante. So
and you know what's crazy about that when you think about it? It's like we haven't really seen him do anything against anyone else. I mean, he had that nice little touch, but besides that, you know, it's not like he was cooking on the joint practice. The only time we hear him doing good is against our cornerbacks.
Exactly.
We already know what our corners look like. So that's what I'm saying. Like he might, I mean, and I hope he's not, because I wanted to draft him, but he might be buns, bro. And we just don't.
Which one?
Dante Thornton.
Yeah, Thornton. Yeah, just like I don't, I want him to be good, but it's like, what if he's not, a starting caliber material? Then what?
Yeah,
one starter out of this draft. That's bad.
But here's the thing: is I didn't mind Deontay Thornton because when we were kind of going through the drafts and stuff, right? The mock drafts and everything. I said I started kind of leaning off of T-Mac because you can get somebody in that 3rd, 4th round, right? And so Deontay Thornton, in my opinion, was one of those options. But the thing if you get Deontay Thornton, there's still question marks on just how many, is he a true number one? He's a speedster. He could take the top off of a defense. He could be that deep threat. But is he a replacement of Jacoby Myers? That was the question mark, you know? And so they went that route. They decided to go that route. And now we break down that game film. We've broken down not the Cardinals game, but we've broken down Deontay Thornton's route running ability. And there's question marks on just how crisp he can actually be as it relates to route running. And there's question marks.
No, for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
So this is the Raiders have made their bed, and undeniable, man. You're saying, so if we trade Jacoby, are we still not trying to win? I don't think so, because you're relying on a bunch of young rookies to help out. You got Genty, rookie, Besh, rookie, Deontay Thornton, rookie.
Youth movement. They trying to youth movement.
Yeah.
You're truly in rebuild mode at that point. And you brought in your number 1 free agent acquisition in the offseason was Geno Smith. Why do you not give him that additional weapon outside of Brock Bowers to find success this season? Why do you not do that?
Yep. And then all we've been hearing about all camp is, man, that connection between Geno and Jacoby is something different.
Right.
The connection with Geno and Jacoby is something different. So you got this guy and Kobe, and what makes it, what's like I said, man, I don't believe none of these people say no more, man, because they full of it. Because Jacoby is, as Chris is intimated, he is the story. He is a guy who was recruited to NC State as a quarterback, redshirted. They moved him to wide receiver, and he started producing as wide receiver. Went undrafted to the Patriots, and then start producing for them there. It's like, bro, this is the guy that you want to be. And he's not a loud, boisterous guy. He's not in your face. He's not out promoting Jacoby. He just goes to work, does his job, goes home. You feel me? Does the dirty work, does the little stuff in the locker room, trying to bring Tommy Millott along, and that didn't do it. Maybe they mad because he didn't turn Tommy Millott into a wide receiver. Maybe they maybe not paying him because of that. Because obviously it can't be nothing that he's doing individually, because he's doing what he's supposed to do, helping Alex Bachman along. Like he's doing all of these things and not making a peep. Even through all of this, not making a peep. And the guy earlier said he waited till the last minute. But if he had said anything earlier, y'all be like, oh, he didn't even give the Raiders a chance.
Exactly.
They didn't give him a chance to even negotiate.
Exactly.
And so he waited until the very last minute to they basically was like, became very clear they not about to pay me. So if you're not about to pay me, well, then go ahead, send me somewhere else where I can get an opportunity to get paid if y'all not gonna pay me. But and look, and they're obviously at an impasse because the Raiders ain't trading them, but they still ain't paying them. So when he peace out, and we better hope Jack Best develops quickly.
Real quick. And that preseason's been sketchy so far. What up, Super Omnicom, man? Jacoby has to show them he can do it again. I mean, I don't know if he has to be honest with you, man. He's already shown enough that he can produce on the football field and be that opposite of Brock Bowers, in my opinion. But they can still extend him or pay him during the season, likely a piece for a trade option at the trade deadline. We'll see how it plays out. And I kind of touched on this earlier, is that if you wait for the trade deadline and other teams now have a true need for a receiver, good luck. Now you're paying a lot more than you potentially would have at the beginning of this.
Oh, yeah.
And now, yes, could the Raiders get a little more, capital when it comes to a trade option if there's a team that needs a receiver? Yes. But if you want to keep him around and these two rookies, Deontay Thornton, Jack Best, don't work out, you're going to be paying a lot more at that trade deadline to keep them. So just keep that in mind. It could be tough depending on how it all plays out. But yes, we're going to have to see how it plays out because Jacoby Myers said he asked them and they basically said no. So that's kind of, we know where they stand now. What up, Oxnard Rob? What's happening, man? Hey, let me know if you're from Oxnard, because that's just right around where I'm from, man. Let me know, man. I appreciate you popping in with us. Coach, you're saying our pass defense is going to break this team. Man, we're going to talk about the week one matchup in a second, man. Boy, George Strait. What's going on, man? I appreciate the super chat. I appreciate you rocking with us, man. I appreciate you throwing that out there, man.
You live in Texas?
Yeah, right. King 85, what's happening, man? Let's see. Appreciate you pulling up with us. Dre, you're saying how much?
That was a fact. That last comment, I agree. What King said. Yeah.
Let's see if it was a DB with injury history or a bad old lineman.
Oh yeah,
he has a relationship with. Yeah, we were.
Yeah, they would have been tripping over themselves trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I mean, we brought in Forsyth. Let's just put it that way.
Man.
It's like how they be talking about like. It's like girls would like they say to do what they want. Like, oh man, I want to, it's a guy that says like Jacoby he's the good guy that's he goes to church, he does community service, he has a good job, and his girl dogging him for some like thug that got like 5 baby mamas. Like that's like it's like how it always be. That's what it always be. I'm like the nice guys finish last.
I'm telling you.
Dre, you're saying how much should we pay Jacoby in your mind, Severe?
Yeah, like 23, 24. I mean, like that puts him about what I think Courtland Sutton getting 23.3. Courtland Sutton has 2,000-yard seasons, and he's been the number one receiver supposedly for his team for God knows how long. So he has 2,000-yard receiving seasons. He has 1 double-digit touchdown season. So like that's the only thing he has left on Jacoby. Jacoby has 1,000-yard receiving season, and I don't think he has any double-digit touchdown season. But last year was essentially. Last year, you can't even say that was the first year he was the number one receiver because he wasn't even the number one receiver because we had Devontae and Brock, so he was third in the pecking order, and he still produced a 1,000-yard season with Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell. Now you get him a real quarterback who he has chemistry with, who's accurate, who's good at the timing stuff, which Jacoby is a fantastic route runner, and he's fantastic at getting to the correct points on the field, being there on in the right time, like at the right depth. Like he should cook. He should cook. So if he goes off and goes for 1,300 and then he dips, you know, he goes to a team like the Patriots who, you know, hey, let's say Diggs don't work out, or he goes to another team where, you know, their young guys didn't work out, or hell, goes to Tennessee. Like let Cam Ward get a guy like Jacoby in there. Like then we're gonna be left holding the bag, because then we're gonna be scrambling looking for a number one receiver in the draft while we still have a plethora of other needs on this team that we didn't address with our cap space or with our draft picks.
Man. There you have it. There you have it. What up, Johnson Studios, man? Appreciate you popping in. All right, cool, man. I don't know if you around, but my boy Mike Moon, head coach of the Pacifica, man. He's my boy. Played ball with him. Let's see. All right. Cool, man. Hey, I appreciate everybody rocking with us. Appreciate everybody. Ricky Beers, man, I see you in here. What's happening? You're saying 23 a year is a great deal. And I think you would take it.
Yes.
He would.
You know what I'm saying? I think he'd be good with it. I don't think he's asking for the moon. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's asking to be paid top 10. I think he'd take it without question. Cool. All right. We kind of broke that one down. All right. We broke that down a little bit.
Before I just want to say this. When he left the Patriots, it was a similar situation where they didn't want to pay him. And, you know, he had a deal from the Raiders. And he asked the Patriots to give him that same deal, and they said no. And then what did the Patriots do with that money? They signed Juju Smith-Schuster, and he was terrible. So, man. Watch history repeat itself. Watch history repeat itself.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Man, God damn it, Severe. Don't throw that out there. See, sometimes, Severe, you remember too much.
I forgot.
Damn it. And like, damn it, I hope it don't work out that way.
That Juju experience was nasty.
Yeah, Jesus, man. All right. Okay, like we were saying, again, guys, we're talking about that week one matchup. If you guys can, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you want to get included in that chat. We do a sub-only chat, just our way of showing our appreciation to all of our subscribers. We appreciate it. If you guys can, hit that like button, subscribe, turn those notifications, because we are going to break down game film. Oh, shit, we'll go live Sunday night, post-game reaction to the game, but then that following Wednesday, we're going to break down the game film like we always do, like we did last season. You guys have rocked with this last season. One, we appreciate it, but two, you also know how we get down, how we do it. So hit that notification. But before, if you guys can, if y'all know, Chris, Protect the Show podcast to my left. Make sure you guys go hit him up. The Severe Raider on this side of me. I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk Raider Nation. Also, make sure you keep on the lookout, because Chris, do a quick shout out, man. You got an interview coming up.
Yes,
make sure you guys hit that notification, because it's going to be fire. Let the people know what that interview looks like.
Yeah. So for everyone that didn't hear, so I actually have a fire interview set up with Jason Campbell, the ex Raider quarterback, man. So I'm so excited, to be able to talk to him, because he was actually the quarterback, that year that Al Davis died, and he was the quarterback, where we had that explosive offense. We were actually on our way to making some noise, and then he got hurt. McFadden got hurt, so it was tough, man. But make sure you guys, are all subscribed to me and put your notification on. It's probably not going to be live because of the timing. He needs to do it in the morning, so I'll probably have to pre-record it and then I'll drop it. So make sure you guys check it out. It's going to be a fire conversation. You guys know how I get down with the interviews, man. So make sure you guys check it out. Yeah, man. Hit that notification without question, so you guys make sure you don't miss that one. What up, Alec? Yeah, man, I appreciate you popping in with us. Jonathan Studios. Where's Tom Brady and all this shit? We're wondering where he is. We're wondering what effect Tom Brady is going to have on this team, except for financial.
Yeah,
we're all still wondering, but we'll see. All right, I'm gonna share the screen. Week one matchup. Let's get this preview in, man.
We're here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We in it. Hit that notifications. We're gonna hit you guys with the post game reaction after that game on Sunday evening. But man, let's talk about it. All right, chat. Let us know. Well, let's talk about the defense first. We'll talk about offense in a second, because we just talked obviously about Jacoby Myers, all that fun stuff. But let's talk about the defense first. So chat, let me know. Hit that hashtag Raiders if you can first. Type hashtag Raiders, then let me know. It catches my eye. And so let me know what you're looking at on the defensive side. What do you expect? What you're looking for. Again, we're going to talk strictly defense, and then we'll jump to the offensive side first. I'm going to give one thing, and then I'm going to shoot over to my guy Chris. But here's the one thing. The one thing I'm looking for on the defensive side, Patrick Graham knows Josh McDaniels. He knows what he's going to want to do on the offensive side, kind of what his schemes look like, kind of what he's going to be heavy on. Obviously, Josh McDaniels likes to run the football, so we're probably going to get a big dose of that. It's going to be, as much as we got a lot of storylines with this one, Patrick Graham, it's your time to shine. Shut down that McDaniels offense over there, because you had at least 2.5 years of understanding what it is. I know, 1.5 seasons of understanding what it is. It's your time to shine. So I'm definitely looking out for that, man. So chat, let me know. Hit that hashtag Raiders so it catches my eye. But Chris, man, some of the things you're looking for on the defensive side, let me know.
Yeah. So, you say that, and I actually got to swing it over to the other side. Josh McDaniels knows Graham.
Yeah.
Josh McDaniels knows, if anyone, he'll know how to somewhat neutralize Max Crosby. He knows his tendencies. He knows things that kind of will get him off the path and stuff like that. But I do think it's going to be a chess match. I really do. I do. So Cal. But no, I definitely think it's going to be, a chess match. However, I really do not feel comfortable with our DBs at all. I do think our linebackers are, they're actually one of the stronger units, on that, on the defense. And I don't know how our interior push is going to be, on the line. I have a lot of faith in Kuntz, and of course, I know Max is going to do his thing, but I don't, I think Booker's starting, and I know our man Adam Butler, he's going to get busy, but I just don't know, man. It's definitely going to be, a game of chess between those two guys. And when we're dealing with, I actually like Drake May. I think Drake May is a good young quarterback. So I think our defense gonna have their hands full, to be quite honest. I really do. Diggs is looking good. He looks like he's healthy. I mean, I can't see Eric Stokes doing too much with him. I definitely can't see what Kelly Blue or whatever his name is.
Blue Kelly.
Yeah, I can't see him doing too much with him. So we'll see, man.
I agree with you. I think it's going to be a chess match, but it's a chess match that Patrick Graham needs to win.
Oh,
100%
absolutely.
agree with you.
Yeah, no,
You know
absolutely. Absolutely.
Because you're right. McDaniels knows Patrick Graham as well, knows his
Yeah.
defense. He's had to sit down with McDaniels and try to, just kind of sell his defensive philosophy so that,
Yeah.
he agrees with it when he was our head coach. And so he knows him. But yeah, I agree with you, man. It's going to be an absolute chess match, and it's going to be an absolute test for Patrick Graham. And I'll tell you, Coach, you guys losing 31-21. I'm telling you, if this Patriots offense puts up 31 on us, this fan base is going to go crazy in a bad way. Ricky Beers, man, you're saying the argument against Brady Brady probably says it's possible to win Super Bowls with mediocre receivers. We'll see if it works out. I don't know. Cool, Kev, Kyrie, 2 sacks. We'll see. We will see. Alec M, Max, and edge players going to feast. Let's see what happens. Joseph C. Jamal Adams is going to get 2 sacks on Sunday. Severe, I'm going to throw it to you. But Johnson Studio says, man, Travion Henderson, and this is why I'm throwing it Severe, because I'll tell you, we're going to see who outplays who. That's what we're going to talk about the offensive side. But Travion Henderson, has a rookie ever gotten 100 yards on the ground in his first NFL start? I don't know.
I'm sure, probably. I'm sure like Adrian Peterson probably did.
I don't know.
Shit, didn't McFadden? I remember McFadden. I thought he started off pretty good.
He cooked, but I think he started off slow though. He had his first game. Was it the Browns or the Jets where he had like that 200 something? But he started going crazy. Because remember he was dealing with like turf toe or something like that before. He was dealing with turf toe.
As a rookie, though, I think he was cool as a rookie. I thought, because that's like I fell in love with McFadden quick. I'm like, oh, he's nice, man.
Yeah,
yeah. You might be
dealing
right,
with something early. I thought he was dealing with something early, like turf toe or something like that. Early, I swear that was him. And then like it was a game against like what's the Jets or the Browns where he like went off, and it was like, oh, he's like he's established himself on the scene and like he's the guy now. So. But did Adrian Peterson? I don't know if Adrian Peterson went for 100 as his first game. He got close though. I know he has a record for most yards in the game, NFL game ever. He did that his rookie year with 296, and he could have went for 300. He could have went for $3 billion if he wanted to. So, yeah, man, this game is going to be, like I said, it's going to be a tough game for us, just for the simple fact that, first of all, it's the 10 a.m. start on the East Coast. So we making that plane trip over there to a hostile environment with a whole bunch of young guys who we expect to contribute. Right, we got a new center, and so we're gonna have to go back to the silent count again with the new center. And they was so rough at it, they had to stay damn near the entire preseason, week 1, working on the silent count to make sure it was right. And then you got Christian Barmore there, you got Williams there, you got Carlton Davis at one corner. And then we don't know if Christian Gonzalez is going to play. I think he hasn't been practicing. But if he plays, you got Christian Gonzalez over there. Then you got Kyle Duggar. Then you got Calevon Chason out there. You got Robert Spillane in the like they got, and Vrabel, we know he's
in a Vrabel defense, bro.
Yeah,
in a Vrabel defense.
And then Josh McDaniels coordinating the offense. We're with Ramondre Stevenson and Antonio Gibson and Travion Henderson, with Kyle Williams as a slot receiver, and Stephon Diggs conceivably healthy. The only question marks they have is basically on the offensive line, and they got Will Campbell in there, so we'll see what they can do there. So it's a tough road to hoe. Well, we're going to be asking a lot on Genty and a lot on Geno Smith. Like there's going to be the guys that have to, and Brock, obviously Brock, but those are going to be the guys that have to carry us. And Jacoby, I think Jacoby going to get off no matter who's out there against them. But those are going to be the guys that have to get off for us, because we have so much youth out there that it's going to be tough. And then Drake May, he presents the same challenge that we kind of struggled with Josh Allen, where Max Crosby, he doesn't keep contained. He doesn't keep contained.
Exactly.
He's an instinctual guy, and he tries to jump those gaps. And you got a mobile quarterback like Drake May, he'll make you pay. I think at one point he led the league in yards per rush attempt. Of all qualifying players, Drake May led the league in yards per rush attempt. So he's a guy that obviously can hurt you with his legs. He has a big arm, and he has some deep threats as well. So this is going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game.
The one thing I'll add, and I got kind of my points on the defense, is this is going to be a game of adjustments. Week 1 is always difficult, especially in our situation. It's going to be difficult for both sides because we are almost in the same exact situation as it relates to coaching staff and players, right? You got brand new head coaches, brand new offensive coordinators, brand new defensive coordinators. You got offensive coordinator that doesn't have their quarterback. You brought in a brand new quarterback, right? So Josh McDaniels is trying to figure out Drake May with all new receivers. You got us. Chip Kelly doesn't have really any history with Geno Smith, so they're trying to learn it, right? There's going to be so much that is going to have to play out as it relates to adjustments in this game. It really is going to come down to who adjusts better, right? Who better prepared their team for the moment. And this is one of the biggest things is we cannot get caught behind early. That's the biggest thing. We cannot go down 0-10, 0-13.
Or being one-dimensional.
You know what I'm saying? Like you cannot get down early, especially when you're going East Coast. You're the away team. And so that's one thing I do not want to see is us start out slow and it bites us in the ass very early. Now, when I say that, the one thing I got to see Patrick Graham improve on, and it's got to start this game, is 7 out of our first 9 games last year, the opposing offense went down opening drive and put points on the scoreboard. Mm-hmm. They either scored a touchdown or a field goal. If you remember, even that Carolina game, that week 3 home opener last year, where Andy Dalton just put belt to ass to us, he went down opening drive, scored a touchdown, and then it just fell apart from there. I mean, the only 2 games, those first 9, that we were truly competitive the entire game was when we stopped their opening drive to no points. Outside of that, we let the opposing offense go down and score points opening drive. Patrick Graham has to stop it.
That's a good point.
He's got to kill that trend and allow this offense to kind of get their groove going, because one of the hardest things to do it's in each of our situations. It's with the Patriots and it's with us. It's going to take probably 4 to 5 games for our offense to really gel, because it's all brand new pieces. It's brand new offensive coordinators and quarterbacks. So, and we're going to rely, especially on our side, we're relying on a lot of rookies. We're going to rely on a Jack Besh. We're going to rely on a Deontay Thornton. We're going to rely on a Genty to kind of get things going. And so we cannot start out slow. We got to make sure that we stop them on defense, because one of the hardest things to do to start the season is get your offense up and running. So that's definitely something I'm going to be watching for. Is Patrick Graham, you better start out strong quickly and kind of help this offense just develop a little bit and gain their momentum as the game goes on. One thing I got to see, and we saw kind of a lack of it to start the preseason, we got to tackle. We got to tackle and we got to fly. I mean, if we start to see missed tackles, obviously, that's the one thing I wanted to bring up, but we kind of got right into the preview, was the final depth chart. Shit, I'll find it when we start talking. Is Kai Blue Kelly. He's got the start. Darian Porter isn't even starting. And we saw the lack of tackling that Darian Porter had as it related to the defense. Some special teams flashes. But, man, we got to tackle well. Defense got to fly the football. And the one guy, Max has to produce, but the one guy I want to see wake up a little bit and really just kind of, I guess, shake the nerves of some of the fan base, I want to see Malcolm Kuntz ball.
Yeah, me too.
And maybe it doesn't necessarily mean he's balling and he's getting sacks. I want to see him have an impact in the run game. I want to see him be able to kind of get those stops in the run game like he did at the end of that 2023 season. So I definitely want to see Malcolm Kuntz kind of wake up a little bit. But then obviously the normal ones, create turnovers, help that offense out, give them more opportunities. But we got to win on first down. That's the biggest thing. If we can get them in second and long, if we can get them in second and 12, if they win on the first down and now they find themselves in second and 4, that's never good. That's not good. We got to win on first down.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So
the thing is, they're going to run the ball until we prove we can stop it. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah.
We're literally going to have to prove we can stop it. So
without question, stop Trey Henderson. Number one priority, man. We're about to jump over and talk about the opposite side. But yes, we got to stop Trey Henderson. He's going to get plenty of opportunities, because I think this entire fan base knows if Trey Henderson pops off, there was quite a few people that you're looking on this screen right now that would have taken Trey Henderson over somebody. So we're just going to see. We'll see how that pops off. MC, what's going on, man? Appreciate you throwing a super chat out there. Season hasn't started yet, and I'm already suffering from anxiety. If Raiders lose game 1, I'm getting a divorce and moving to Mexico.
Make sure you check out MC Raider, man. If y'all ain't already hip to him, man. He doing this comedy thing too, man. Salute to MC Raider.
Yeah, and MC,
ironically, you on the West Coast, people that's not on the West Coast might not know about it, but you can call Jacoby and Myers, and they'll help you with that divorce.
Oh shit. That was a good one. MC, man, if you have any shows coming up, because I know sometimes during game weeks at home you will have some shows, even shows in SoCal, man. Put them in the chat. Let everybody know. What up, Space Beast? What's going on, man? So let's see. And here's the thing, is we should be able to have some success given the fact that this is a young offensive line and kind of new offensive line the Patriots have, right? They got Will Campbell that they drafted. So it's a young offensive line that's going to have to gel and just kind of be able to figure out how they're going to work together in a real game type situation. So, as we all know, preseason, you're not going against the number ones all the time, so it's going to be interesting to see just kind of how they start the game. So I definitely want to see us kind of bring pressure to this young offensive line and force them to kind of think and work and, man, shut down that running game. So it's going to be interesting. And what up, Raider Paul? What's happening, man? LKM, yep, Graham's got to cover the middle of the field. Raider found y'all giving Henderson too much credit. He was a preseason hero. You're just hating on us because we're giving up the Patriots way too much credit right now, and we're not. We're not.
If you watch Henderson play, I'm a Michigan fan, and I got to keep it real about Henderson. That boy can play, man. That boy can play.
Yeah, man. Look, it's crazy that they'll say we give Travion Henderson too much credit, but everybody was like ejaculating to asking Genty running over a cornerback. Like, oh my god! Like, and were we giving Travion too much credit for his very first touch? Him taking it 100 yards on a kickoff return, or then him coming back and running over a guy, or then him coming back and scoring a touchdown on like in the actual preseason on a great run where he showed patience, vision, and the burst to get through the hole. Something we ain't seen, certain other running backs showed it so far in the preseason. So I mean, look, you say what you want to, he's going to be a problem. He's going to be a problem, and with and he's Josh McDaniels had James White before. You think he ain't about to use every skill set that Travion Henderson has in that tool bag? We gonna see week one if he's too hyped up, or if we giving him too much credit, or if he's just a preseason hero.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And because last thing I'll say about the defense is, look, Josh McDaniels gonna come out. He's gonna want to run the rock. They still got Ramondre Stevenson out there that can still be kind of a short yardage kind of bully, get downhill. We got some weaknesses on the interior. I mean, Booker, and I'm going to bring up the depth chart, but Booker is slotted as the starter in the depth chart, and we broke down that game film. It's going to be interesting to see just kind of how they attack him, because he's definitely that weakling on the interior defensive line. So we'll kind of see how that running game kind of works out. Now let's jump over to LKM Henderson. He's promising, right? We'll see just kind of how it works out. Let's jump to the opposite side. Opposite side, what we're looking for. So chat, let us know. Do me a favor, hit that hashtag Raiders. Then let me know if you have a question. Hit that hashtag Raiders as well. You know what I'm saying? You guys fly with the chat. I definitely appreciate it, but it just catches my eye. It allows me to just kind of pick it up on the screen, answer the question, or at least put it up there. And yes, if you just double tap that screen, it hits that like button. We definitely appreciate it. So let's jump to the offensive side. What do you guys expect as it relates to the offensive side? Chat, let me know. Severe, I'm going to throw it to you first this time, man. Just looking at that offense, man. What are you expecting? What do you want to see out of this offense week one against Patriots?
Man, we got to establish the run. Obviously, we drafted Genty for a reason. So I think it's imperative that we establish the run. You don't want to give guys like Williams or Harold Landry or Caleb Chase, we don't want to give those guys like a whole bunch of opportunities to rush the passer. So we want to, just eat up clock, ball control, play action, get Brock, get Michael Mayer, get Jacoby involved. But we want to just be able to lean on those dudes all game. Just run the rock, keep us on schedule. Nice runs. I'm looking for Genty to go out there and make a statement, right? I know a lot of people have been questioning whether he should have been a top 10 pick. This is your opportunity. And you were right, Chris. Adrian Peterson, he did go for 100 yards his first game. This is game 2. He didn't go for 100. But his first game, he went for 100 yards, and then he had a 60, and he went for 60 yards and a touchdown. So, yeah, I think two touchdowns, 160 all-purpose yards or 160 something all-purpose yards, 2 tuds. So that's a generational player right there. So
bro.
You want that out of your guy that you're putting all basically. You stake your entire draft class on him being a productive player, essentially, because you go for a running back that high in the deepest running back draft class possibly of all time. You are saying that this guy is going to be a stud. He's going to be bell cow, premier player at his position. So I'm looking for him to establish that immediately.
Yeah, and SoCal, man, you're saying I think Geno's mobility and calmness leads the Raiders to victory, man. I hope so. And I'll tell you right now, when we were breaking down Stone Forsyth, I don't know if I'm saying it right.
Don't matter.
When we're breaking down, don't matter. When we're breaking down this game film, man, I'm telling you, Geno knows how to run for his life.
Yeah,
man, it was brutal watching that game film. So let's just hope he doesn't have to go in the game. But One thing I will say, and Chris, I'm going to throw it to you, is there are rumors that Christian Gonzalez may or may not play in this game. There's some question marks, and if he doesn't play, Gino, you better locate him quickly. Wherever his backup is, locate it, pick on it as much as we possibly can. You know what I'm saying? And so whenever there's an injury, whenever there's a key player, man, you want to target that guy and expose whoever that backup is. So that's definitely something I'm going to be watching out for. So, Chris, man, what's your thoughts? Key points on the offense. What do you want to see? Expectations? Let us hear it.
Yeah, so on offense, man, for one, it's going to start with that offensive line. How are they going to gel? Again, we have a center, first time playing center. Seems like he did pretty decent, in the preseason. But again, you're about to be on the road in an environment that gets loud. It's going to be tough. JPJ, from what I've seen, he's actually taken a step back from last year. Can he, get on the right direction? Again, Parham, it seems like he's had a pretty decent preseason again. But we know what he is. So, and it starts with Chip Kelly. Again, we all know Chip can draw up plays. He can, set the tempos. He can scheme people open. But he has not done that in the NFL for a long time. He's been in college for how many years since he's been in the NFL? It's been a minute. So, and again, I don't know if it's going to translate. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So we just got to see. It's just a lot of variables, man, to see what happens. But I think Gino's going to be smart with the ball. I think he's going to can't have no turnovers. I think Genty is going to have to be able to be as good as advertised. He's going to have to make guys miss. He's going to have to be able to, be evasive and, he's got to be the 6 overall pick. He's got to play like that. He's got to play, like that generational guy that everybody was telling me he is. So, it's a lot of ifs, man. I'm not saying that it can't happen, but it's definitely going to be uphill battle against a Mike Bravel defense on the road. So we'll see.
Yeah, man. Martinez 209. What's going on, man? Cool, Kev. Glaze. Got a glaze. All right, man. We talked about the O-line. And look, for myself, it's kind of simple. I want to see just a good tempo of this offense. I want to see the offensive line now that you're going against live starting bullets, because even though our offensive line looked pretty good week 2, week 3, we were playing all backups.
Yeah.
That's a second and third preseason game. It was all backups. So we definitely got to we have to just kind of see how this offensive line is going to produce. You want Genty to have a good game. I'm not expecting the world. He's a rookie, first game. You got to get those jitters out, whatever. I could care less if I wanted to draft Genty or somebody else. I'm always going to kind of give rookies some grace. But here's the thing. I want to see a good tempo. I want to see Geno Smith have some decent timing with the receivers, right? Get some good hitch routes in there, maybe dump the ball off a couple times, some good tempo throws. But I want to see this offensive line produce, because here's the thing. We had the salary cap and we had the draft capital to go and get and prioritize some good offensive linemen, and none of them are playing. Caleb Rogers is a backup. Charles Grant is a backup. We had the opportunity. Alex Kappa is a backup. This offensive line better produce, because we had the opportunity in the offseason to have a dominant offensive line, and we didn't do it, so they better come out and play and just create holes and opportunities for Genty. Now, outside that, you got to push the ball downfield. I want to see us take 2 to 3 deep shots downfield with Deontay Thornton, with Trey Tucker. I want to see us stretch the field and just show that we can do it, right? You got Geno Smith that is one of, if not the most accurate deep ball thrower in the National Football League.
Yeah.
Take advantage of it. You still got Trey Tucker that can stretch the field. You drafted Deontay Thornton, which is a 4'3" guy, 6'5". That combination better show that you can press that ball downfield. And so, in my opinion, establish some good tempo on the offense. I want to see this offensive line just hit the ground running. There's no forgiveness in this offensive line, because if this offensive line doesn't produce with all the shuffling that we did, that we didn't prioritize, well, guess what? Pete Carroll, Brennan Carroll, our offensive line coach, I better see this offensive line literally produce running lanes for Genty route the box.
Facts.
So, and we got to push that ball downfield. So, man, honestly, there's not a whole lot I'm expecting, because I know from my years of coaching, the offense is always late to the party on kind of developing and gelling, right? The defense is, you got to fly the football, stay disciplined. The offense is going to take time.
Yeah.
But I want to see this offense be able to just kind of move the ball on the ground, and kind of just keep a good tempo. So, that's my biggest thing. And push the ball downfield, man. Could you imagine if it is a close game, right? If the score is like 7-10 going into the third quarter, those momentum swings away. You're not playing at home. Those momentum swings are going to be huge to the potential success of a game. And if we're playing on our own 20, 30, and all of a sudden, bang, you hit Trey Tucker for like a 45, 60-yard play downfield, and now you're on their side of the field. That's a massive momentum swing.
Right.
So I just want to see him. If we stall out a couple times and it's low scoring, that's fine.
Yeah.
Bang! I just want to be that big. I want to see that big momentum swing, and take a couple shots downfield. So,
good point.
Let's see. I don't know if my mouse just died on me. We'll see if no, we're good. All right. Let's see. Let's see. I want to keep hard hitting and come out and make a statement.
Yeah.
It'd be cool as shit if Genty was the one making a statement. Not gonna lie. Could you imagine if he all of a sudden that old line just kind of parted the ways and rips off like a 30, 40-yarder to start the game?
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
That'd be nice.
Or one of our linebackers, man. I could see Landon. I could see a Landon.
Yeah.
Giving a hit stick to somebody, man.
Somebody,
yeah.
Hey.
I mean, any of them. I mean, Pratt and Devin White. I mean, Jamal. Any of them. I mean, they all get after it. So I agree. We need a tone setter right away.
Yeah, man, that'd be awesome. 808 Raider, man, got to keep a fast tempo on offense, Chip Kelly style. It's gonna be interesting to see what kind of offense Chip Kelly kind of runs with. Because he's gotten away from that, right? He did it with the Eagles. He understood I can't transition this college game to the pros, so he definitely kind of changed it up a little bit. But it is going to be interesting to see coming from Ohio State, more that kind of spread you out type of offense. I'm curious to see just how much he is going to prioritize kind of that running game and really stick to it. You did pick Genty number 6 overall. You better use him. But yeah, man, Chris, do you think Chip Kelly's going to come out with that same style of offense you might have saw over with Ohio State? How's that going to transition over here?
Yeah, see, I don't know, man. I really don't know because you had 2 dogs in the backfield at Ohio State, and then I mean, Ohio State just had a good setup for him, to be quite honest.
Yeah, they did.
With a lot of speed on the outside, and you had one of the best receivers in the country, then 2 bell cow running backs.
Yeah.
Then you had like a game manager at quarterback. So he had a good setup, to be honest. And to be honest, I didn't really watch him at UCLA, so I can't really say what he did there. But at Ohio State, I mean, it was picture perfect for any offensive coordinator, to be honest.
He had a ton of weapons.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Three
kind of made
three
it easy.
first round receivers.
Yeah.
You think about Emeka went first round, right? Emeka's first round. Marvin Harrison Jr., not Marvin Harrison Jr., Smith, Jeremiah Smith is going to be top 10, probably top 5, possibly.
Oh yeah.
And then Tate, the other kid, he might go first. He might go first round too. So.
Oh yeah, beast. He's nice.
So you got he has weapons over there. I mean, at UCLA, he was dealing with DTR, who, like I said, like DTR it was a lot of development he had to do. So so what he did, he leaned on the run a lot, especially once we got Zach Charbonnet. We that's when we started cooking. And the tempo was like not super fast, but he would speed it up. That's the thing, though. He would speed it up when he needed to. So, like once he got built some momentum, he would speed it up. But if he needed to slow it down in situations, he would slow it down. At Ohio State, I think I was looking into it. It was one of like the slowest tempos in the country. So, you know, and that was probably by design because he knew he had them two bell cows in the back. Like,
Right.
I'm just gonna run it up the gut on you guys, and I got 3 people y'all can't cover.
Right.
Like,
right.
let me see your third corner
Right.
cover this future first rounder. Let me see it. So, you know, he can probably basically do whatever the hell he wanted to. But he is a guy that he is a master of disguise. He is a master of putting defenders in conflict. So where there's a solution on every play. That's the thing about Chip Kelly. There's a solution on every play, and he's going to make guys have to make decisions. And as long as we execute, there's going to be yards to be had because, like I said, he puts defenders in conflicts. So you're going to take this drag, or are you going to cover this guy that's running this post? Like, he's going to put defenders in conflict. So as long as, and now he has a guy in Geno who's a extremely intelligent quarterback and extremely accurate, and also has some mobility, so he can threaten you with his legs. He has a good arm. He had a strong arm and an accurate arm, so it opens up a wide array of possibilities. But at the same time, you know, all that is depending on us not letting Caleb Chasen and Harold Landry and Christian Barmore and Milton Williams like muck up the game for us. You're like, you know, with the muddy pockets and getting Geno off the spot and you know, getting a whole bunch of hits on them, or you got Barmore and Milton Williams, you know, they're playing in the backfield the entire game. Like, that's going to be a tough situation. So, but we're gonna see what Parham made of. Apparently, Parham and Cooper been on the same diet, so we're gonna see. we're gonna see what this new look Parham's looking like.
It is, and I know, Chris, you just kind of responded, but Arnold, hey, I don't know if we're not trying to diminish his coaching ability. We all have confidence that he's going to be he has an extremely good shot at being a good offensive coordinator at the National Football League. We're not diminishing it. It is just pointing out that he did have a ton of talent.
Yeah, dogs everywhere.
You know,
everywhere.
And so it does.
And the draft showed it. The draft showed it. You know,
one
of those guys.
Well, Ryan Day couldn't do it there. So, like, we're not saying anybody can do it. Ryan Day brought him over for a reason.
Right.
And it takes good coaching to get the best out of those players. We've seen it multiple times where good players can go to a bad coach and they will basically stall out their career. You know what I'm saying? And so it's more credit to Chip Kelly that he was able to actually get those good players and literally get them to their top potential. So we're not trying to diminish his ability to be an offensive coordinator, if it sounded that way. Ricky Beers, I hope the coaches don't hesitate to go with Zamir if he's having more success on the ground with Genty.
We'll see.
Yeah, I agree. I hope we don't force feed him. I hope we don't, try to do it to the point where we try to force him to work. But you do bring up a good point, and one thing I definitely wanted to add, and I didn't mention on my bullet points, is I want to see Genty make the first man miss.
Yeah,
that's what I want to see. I want to see him.
We got him for.
I want to see him, and not to mention this guy's name. Well, I'll look at Chris's reaction. Josh Jacobs. I want to see. I want to see Genty do basically the same thing Josh Jacobs would do to every linebacker corner.
That'd be nice. That'd be nice.
He met off the edge.
Josh Jacobs type back, man.
But. And I know you guys heard me say it, and I've said
where
it
can
before.
We find a Josh Jacobs type back?
his ability to make the first man miss off the edge, you knew 9 times out of 10 he was going to win it, right? And so I want to see Genty have that same ability to do what a running back is supposed to do, and you're supposed to make the first man miss, not by trying to run him over constantly. Yeah. You're breaking that arm tackle, and you're turning contact after 3 yards into a 8, 9, 10, 12, 13-yard gain. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want to see. I want to see Genty break that arm tackle, make the first man miss, and again, turn that first contact just beyond the line of scrimmage into a 7, 8+ yard gain. So that's what I definitely want to see out of Genty that week 1. So let's see. All right. So Severe, man, did I throw it to you about expectations, offense?
Either way. Yeah.
I think I threw it to Chris.
Oh yeah. Either way, I think I went to. I talked about running the ball.
Did you? Okay. I don't know.
Severe ain't going. You know, like he remembers some things. He
Yeah.
attention, man. Attention deficit.
Yeah, I know, man.
I think I threw it to both of you. I
Yeah,
honestly,
we both went. We both
both
went.
went. Okay.
I
All
talked
right.
about running the ball basically, and hey. So yeah.
All right, good. All right. But SoCal, man, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be interesting to see what Chip Kelly does game one. Yeah, man, we're all looking forward to it without question. Let's see, John James, what's happening, man? It'll be a nice change to be watching the offense and not be able to predict the play for once. We'll see just kind of how he switches it up, man. I think Chip Kelly's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be good. He'll run 5 different plays from the exact same look. He'll run. And you won't know, or he'll have different actions off of that one play, and he'll have counters, and it's gonna be fun to watch. It's gonna be fun. It's like film. Like at 8:05, gonna be in heaven watching his offense. He's gonna be watching the film. Oh, he's gonna be in heaven.
It's gonna be fun because I haven't really did a deep dive on Chip Kelly's offense just because he did switch it up so much wherever he went, and that's the one thing is you don't want to be obviously predictable, right? And Chip Kelly doesn't seem like he's too predictable, but one thing I love seeing is just multiple formations. I mean, if you can have multiple formations and shit, a lot of the newer offensive coordinators, they do it now, whether it be from the high school level all the way up to college, even the pros, it's running that same play out of multiple formations.
Yeah.
And being able to have that kind of in your offensive scheme is also really good because it forces the defense to think. It forces the defense to have to fully pay attention to the formation that you're coming out in, and it forces them to communicate, which is huge. That's why I would love to see a lot of pre-snap motion, force that defense to kind of think as that motion kind of hits them. So we'll kind of see. We'll see what he's got cooking, but it's gonna be fun to watch. Let me kind of go back up to the big screen. We got just a little bit left. Real quick, while we got people in here, do a quick shout out. Chris, do another quick shout out to your interview. Let everybody know what's up and coming. And then once you're done, Severe Man, give a quick shout out to what you got cooking for this for your event, week 1. I'm gonna pick up this depth chart. So we definitely want to talk about it.
Oh, you about to get another 805 beer. You ain't slick, man. You ain't
we're going for yeah, right.
We know you. I'm gonna go get this depth chart. But yeah, so make sure you guys, check me out. Got a interview coming up with Jason Campbell, man. I'm very excited. Again, I'm gonna ask him a lot of, behind the scenes stuff. Again, that was that year that Al Davis died. That was that year that he was cooking and, he got hurt, so there's gonna be a lot to talk about. Actually he was actually brought in the year after we got rid of Jamarcus. So, just kind of wondering, what was the expectations just from Raider Nation? How did he feel? So it's gonna be a lot of good questions, man. And I'm definitely looking forward to it. So again, make sure you guys subscribe to me. Make sure you guys hit the bell notification because it's gonna be dropping any day now.
All right, man. Severe, let them know what you got cooking for week 1 in SoCal.
Yes, sir, man. Out here in sunny Southern California, got a watch party at my boys' bar, the Dank Bar in Hawthorne, California, 13825 Hawthorne Boulevard. It's gonna be fun, man. Whole bunch of Raider fans. Like you said, a drink special going on. We got free shots for every Raider touchdown. So come on, come on, man. But bring your family, bring your friends. It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna watch the game. Hopefully, it's an exciting game. We see Chip do his thing. We see Chip. I've been saying since last year. I've been saying Chip is the guy. I've been saying Chip is the guy for a minute. So, hopefully he has like a legit quarterback now.
If Chip don't cook, if Chip don't cook,
watch.
Tune in on Sunday, people.
Yeah. Chip don't cook, it's gonna be all bad. But we're gonna see though. We're gonna see he's a legit quarterback. He has a legit tight end. I think he's some legit weapon in Jacoby Myers. And we'll see what this offensive line does. We'll see if Genty is the real deal. But we all enjoy it together. The highs and lows, everything. We be there. We be there for each other at that point.
And Patriots 32, I see you, man. We're gonna mop you up on Sunday. I'm just letting you know. But I appreciate you checking in with us, man. I appreciate you. All right, here we go. Depth chart, and I'm gonna try to. Let's see if I can get this just to look a little bit larger for everybody. I don't know if you guys can see it. We'll kind of go down the row, but look, wide receiver positions. And chat, let me know if there's any surprises, any shockers when you see the depth chart. But we're going to rely a lot. We got Deontay Thornton starting, Colton Miller, Dylan Parham, Jordan Merritt, Jackson Powers Johnson, DJ Glaze on the offensive line. No surprise. I think we knew that was going to be the case. Obviously, Brock Bowers and Michael Mayer. Jacoby, let's just hope he kind of balls out, does his thing. We got Trey Tucker in the slot with Jack Besh behind him, so it's really tough. You got Jack Besh, and we talked about it before. Caleb Rogers, Charles Grant, and we're going to get to the defense. We got nothing but backups with our second and third round draft picks. It's just disappointing. It's disappointing, man. So with that depth chart, yeah, Deontay Thornton up top on the offensive side. I don't think there's really any surprises as it relates to the offensive side of the football. Geno starting quarterback, Ashton Genty, and you got Zamir White or Raheem Mostert. But it'll be interesting to see just who gets more carries. You know, chat, let me know. Do you think we're going to see more Zamir White or more Raheem Mostert? You know, Severe, I'm going to throw it to you first. Or do you think it's just situational? What do you think, man?
I'm leaning towards Zamir White. I mean, from everything I've been hearing, he's been a clear number 2 back in practice. The clear second guy. Anytime Genty's not running with the ones, it's Zamir running with the ones. And that essentially the roster bubble was or the battle rather was between Sincere and Raheem Mostert. So, you know, they obviously they went with Raheem, but if they want to maybe open up the passing game a little bit more or have a secondary option as a passer, they might go with Raheem Mostert, maybe near the red zone. We know he did all that damage a few years ago with Miami. Maybe they roll with him down there, but you know, between the 20s, I think it's going to be Genty or Zamir. And think about like we talked about before, your boy Christian Ellis, like that's a guy that can cover. So they may not do a whole lot of passing to the running backs in this game. So you know,
like that kid too.
We shall. Yeah. And I heard they got another guy that's behind him. That's like a freak athlete, dude named Mapu. He's a converted safety. I heard he's like a freak athlete. Like, I was listening to some Patriots like insiders talk about him. They were like ideally, like, you know, if they don't want to take Christian Gonzalez off of the wide receivers and play him on Brock. So I know they said they might try Mapu first to kind of just see how it goes. And if he's not doing too much damage, then they'll kind of leave it static. And if not, then they might have to put a guy like, you know, Carlton Davis or Christian Gonzalez on Brock at that point. But they apparently they like that kid. So we shall see.
Yeah, Chris, any thoughts on it?
He's a safety?
He's a linebacker, but he's converted from a safety. But he's like a crazy athlete.
So he's probably the reason they felt comfortable letting go of Peppers.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably same type of player.
Chris, any thoughts? We're going to see more Zamir White or Raheem Mostert?
I don't know, man, because they made it it was intentional to get, you know, Mostert early in the offseason. However, I do think that Zamir's look better. You know, I think, you know, he slimmed down a little bit. You can tell that he's moving better. You know, again, you know, now that, you know, the live bullets are coming, you know, we'll see how it goes. But I actually liked, you know, some of the stuff I saw from Zamir in the preseason, just the way he was moving. He you know, didn't seem like he had that in his tool bag, you know, over the last couple years. So so I don't know. If I had to put money on it, I would say that Mostert would still get the nod first, but I think we'll see, you know, a good bit of Zamir as well, you know, if needed.
Yeah, actually, I agree. You know, I think, you know, remember when I came back from that training camp, and Chris, we were kind of talking on, and I was kind of giving my takes, and I was like, damn, like Zamir actually looked fast.
Yeah,
that day in training camp,
he's fast.
Yeah, shockingly fast. I didn't know. And again, then the reports come out that he actually dropped a little bit of weight. He's looking a bit faster, and so. To me, it felt like
you also didn't know that Justin Herbert was faster than AOC. So that's
very true.
Your judge of speed is a little shaky, man.
No, because here's the thing. My only defense is I never saw Zamir White in person last year during the games because he never got some goddamn playing time.
That's
Yeah.
true.
So
But
Yeah,
yeah,
he was
I,
hurt.
I forgot what his 40. He ran a
He ran
fast
like a
40.
4.4. He ran a 4.4.
Yeah,
Like
something
a
like
low
that.
4.4.
Yeah.
Like he was fast at Georgia. Like, and
Yeah.
he lost that weight. And Amari found it all. So, Amari found every bit of it.
God damn it.
Every
Oh,
bit
man.
of it.
Out there looking
Joe-
like Lamont Jordan.
Joseph
Oh,
C.
damn.
More Zamir White. God damn it.
Lamont Jordan. That's my dog.
Cole Kev saying send Tucker and Thornton Gonzalez's way. Tweak them hammies. Well, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if he actually plays.
That's a good strategy.
So, but here's the thing. I think Raheem Mostert, watching him at that, I went to that preseason game. I went to the open practice. I saw him in the preseason game. He didn't play the preseason game. I don't think. I saw him in that open practice. He just did not look fast at all.
Who, Mostert?
Mostert. I mean, he just didn't look like there was any speed like we saw back in the 2023 season. Now he is older,
Yeah.
and so I just don't know how much of a difference he's going to make at all. And so at the end of the day, if Ashton just kind of brings, or not Ashton, if Zamir White just brings a little bit, just kind of more power behind it, maybe that's kind of who we go with. So, all right, let's go defense. And look, edge rushers, no surprise. Max Crosby behind him, Tyree Wilson. You got Malcolm Koonce, Charles Snowden. No surprises. The big surprise, man, and I'm going to be watching it. You guys know how Thomas Booker slotting in next to Adam Butler. We broke down that game film, and it's going to be interesting to see just kind of how well he does. I hope there is a healthy rotation from the very beginning between him, Jonah Laulu, Leki Fotu. I just hope there's a healthy rotation. So, chat, let us know if there's anything that shocks you or surprising on the defensive side. But, Chris, I'll throw it to you first this time, man. Any thoughts on just this front four?
Yeah, man. I mean, the Thomas Booker thing, it just makes me think that they're trying to save face, make it seem like, that trade was worth it. I mean, there's nothing that shows me that he's, ready to start in the NFL. We broke down his film for, during the preseason. He does hustle. He is a high motor guy, high energy guy. He does hustle. I do like that. But as far as like pure technique and anything like that, like once, a good offensive lineman gets their paws on him, what's next? They're just slow dancing at that point. So, we'll see. We'll see. He hustles, and him next to Max Crosby. And honestly, he's right between two guys that got high motors, man. So, because Adam Butler's gonna stay busy. He's gonna stay moving. Max will too. So, maybe having three guys with crazy motors, that might be something. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I think the tough part is we know you're not going to get any pass rush out of him.
Yeah.
Right.
He looked really good in the power going against the power run scheme, but if you zone against him, he gets caught. His feet are way too damn slow. So it's going to be interesting. But man, Severe, any thoughts on that initial front four? And shoot, we saw some stuff at a Tonka Hemingway. JJ McGeese looked pretty good.
Yeah, I like what I saw.
Let me know your thoughts if we're going to see those guys. But man, Severe, thoughts on that front four?
Yeah, man. I mean, the Thomas Booker thing, I think the situation where it's one of those, it's a face-saving move. And not saying he's not good enough to start on his team, but like, let's say if they would have made Leki Fotu the starter, I'd have been like, all right. If they would have made Jonah Laulu the starter, I'd be like, oh, okay. It's like none of them did really anything to really separate themselves. So no matter who they went with, it would have been okay, cool. Like this is what we're going with. The fact they went with him, I think, that was more statement than anything. And just because they list him on the depth chart as a starter, he might not even start. He might not even start. We can come out and see, like we can come out and see Tyree at D tackle, for all we know. So like just because he's listed like that on the depth chart, I really don't know. Leki Fotu, I was surprised they kept him because he was hurt the entire time. And I think if he was healthy, I don't know if we still make that move for Thomas Booker, because he's kind of a 2-down player as well. Hoping to see Tonka Hemingway, but I have a feeling either him or JJ McGeese, possibly both of those guys, are going to be inactive, to be honest with you. Just we have so many guys on the interior, plus Tyree. It's going to flex inside on occasions as well. So I like it, outside of Genty, we might not, and Thornton, we may not see any production like this entire year out of draft picks. Like I don't see Lindenberg ain't touching the field most likely. A lot gone.
Porter.
Poor, but he's back up behind Caillou Blue Kelly.
Yeah.
So and they're not gonna throw him in the slot, so they might put him in there rotationally.
Yeah.
But like how much is he really gonna do? Malott gone, Cam Miller on the practice squad. Caleb, we pray he don't see the field. We better hope Charles Grant don't see the field. Stone Forsythe, my God,
he
needs to marinate. He in the slow cooker. Slow cook that thing. Slow cook that thing, man. Like you don't want it to. You don't want to. Hey, you ain't trying to serve it too fast. So and oh my God, if anything, if DJ Glaze tweaks an ankle.
Oh dear God!
Oh my God!
We don't even want to put that out there.
We
don't even want to put that out there.
May God have mercy on our souls.
Jesus Christ! Yeah, don't put that out there. Martinez, yeah, all right. He's saying that's severe. He's in the valley. What up, Raider Travis? What's going on, man? Bones, rotate them. That's what I hope. I hope with that interior D lineman next to Adam Butler, it's just a constant rotation. Keep guys fresh. You can't rotate offensive line. You don't do it. So hopefully we get some fresh guys in there, healthy rotation, and we get some production opposite of Adam Butler. So real quick, let's talk about linebackers. In my opinion, I think they're going to fly. I think they could be the tone setters. Landon Roberts, he could be a tone setter. Man, I think Jamal Adams, we gotta put a lot on his shoulders to kind of help out this linebacker core. So we're gonna kind of see how it works out. But man, Severe, I'll throw it to you first. Any thoughts on the linebacker core to start?
Yeah, man, this is gonna be the unit to watch. I think we kind of know the corners are going to be bad. We kind of know what we're going to get from safety play in terms of Palomar. We kind of saw him for an extended period last year. We saw Jeremy Chin for an extended period with the Commanders, a team that went to the NFC title game. So those are kind of known quantities. But our linebacker core, Devin White hasn't been a productive player in the NFL for quite some time. Landon Roberts, he's a solid guy, but they're going to probably put him in a lot of situations where he has to cover, and we're going to see how he does in those situations. And then Jamal Adams, he's a guy that's moving down from safety to a new position. We'll see how he does. Jermaine Pratt, he was obviously cut by the Bengals, a team that was bad defensively, and he's coming over here. And the way they've been using him a lot is that he's essentially as like a fifth defensive lineman, almost in like a 5-man front. Is what they've been coming out a lot in the preseason. So we'll see if they continue that in the regular season. I know they did a lot of that last year, but damn near the entire year, I want to say, and because we were running 5-man fronts, that kind of inflated our blitz percentage because, they count any extra player that's not a 4-man, a 4-down lineman as an extra rusher. So we'll see if they do that the entire year. But this is the unit to watch right here. This is where like a lot of our free agency activity was spent on the linebacking unit, like 4 brand new players. So like they could make or break us defensively.
Yeah, Chris, man. What up, Raiders Crew? Chris, what's happening, man? Appreciate you popping with us. Martinez, yeah, Jacoby did request a trade. We kind of broke that down earlier. Chris, thoughts on that linebacker room?
Yeah, like I said, going into this, during the off season, I had a lot of questions. But I do like what they've kind of done with it. Again, I still have to see it though. I was one of the few that still had hope in Devin White, so I still think he can get after it. Landon is a guy that I really feel good about. I just like his dog mentality. And Pratt, he's another guy that can get after it. I think that he still has to just make sure he stays disciplined, but. And I really think that X factor is Jamal Adams, man. Jamal Adams looks good out there. He's, as long as he can stay healthy, as long as we can use him correctly. And I'm hoping that, we can kind of get a little exotic with, what we do with him, not just keep him just as a, regular linebacker, but, give him an opportunity to get after the quarterback along with, Devin White. So we have some speed there. So, and guys that can really get after it. Just from a coverage standpoint, that's going to be a little shaky. So, we're going to have to be able to scheme for that just to be able to make sure we can still cover guys. But, surprisingly, I'm actually pretty good with the linebackers. And, if you would ask me this a couple months ago, this was actually where I was, the most concerned. So
before we jump to the secondary, real quick, the only thing I'm going to add is I want to see some very, very interesting blitz packages. When Jamal Adams is in there, when Jeremy Chin's in there.
Oh, yeah.
Get creative, Patrick Graham.
Oh, yeah.
Send them off the edge. You know what I'm saying? Like bring them from different angles. Like I want to see him get creative, and I want to see him kind of confuse that offense a little bit. I want to see some risks taken a little bit and kind of get after him because you bring them in to do that. So real quick, we're going to end it with the secondary. Chris, I'll throw it to you first, man. We could lump the safeties and the cornerbacks together, but Darian Porter not starting. Kai Blue Kelly, an undrafted free agent, according to this, getting the start, man. Chat, let me know what your thoughts are. Chris, thoughts on the secondary real quick.
I don't feel good at all. I mean, I can't even sugarcoat it, man. I'm very concerned. We talk about what if, Glaze gets injured? What if Stokes gets injured? He's already injury prone anyway. What if Stokes gets injured? And DCAM has to come. It's just I mean, for one, there's no depth there, and then it's just like Stokes.
And I don't even know what Kai Blue Kelly did so well. Like he flashed a little bit, but what did he do so well in preseason?
That's what I'm saying.
That jumped him, Darian Porter, and even DCAM.
That's what I'm saying. Like I would rather just let Porter grow. Like let him learn on the fly. Let him learn on the fly, man. Let him, take his lumps, and I don't know, man. I can't lie. I am very concerned with that DB room, man. Very. I mean, and honestly, it's like, and again, I like even Palomar. Like he's still learning. He's still learning the position too. He's still a young guy. This is his first season really being a full-time starter. So it's a lot of questions marks, man. That's a lot.
And here's the thing, so I'm gonna throw it to you. The hard part about Isaiah is he is young. It's his prove it year. Yeah. And sometimes when you play safety and you don't have a lot of confidence in your corners, that you can find yourself overcompensating for it. So he might find himself out of position because he's now trying to make up for the lack of confidence in the corners. And so I just don't want that to happen, but we'll see how it kind of plays out. Severe, man, what's your thoughts on this cornerback room?
Yeah, man, spooky. Real spooky.
Like
Caillou Blue Kelly, I think he's on his fifth team, fifth team. I think he drafted in 2002, I think I remember them saying. So he was drafted in 2002 by the Ravens.
Oh, he was drafted. Yeah. My bad. I thought he was undrafted free agent. My bad.
Yeah. He was drafted by the Ravens, but he didn't make the team. He was a 5th round pick, didn't make the team. Then he went to Seattle. And so there's the Pete Carroll connection there. So Pete Carroll, getting his guys in there. And I couldn't tell you what Caillou Blue Kelly did because there at one point, he wasn't even in the conversation. Like the conversation was first it was DD. First it was Darian Porter, then it was DCAM. Oh man, DCAM. And then it was JT Woods. It's all man, this converted guy JT Woods.
Even what's his name? What Greedy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Greedy.
They're talking about Greedy too.
So I was I didn't hear a whole lot about Caillou Blue Kelly at all. Maybe that's good. Maybe you don't want to hear a lot about corners. Maybe that's a good thing. But this guy, he ain't seen a lot of action, and his first cover could potentially be like Stephon Diggs or Kyle Williams. Who was one of the better wide receivers in the nation. Obviously he didn't get drafted too high, but I think. What's his name's kid had him rated pretty highly. I think Steve Smith liked him a lot as well too. So You know, he's a guy he's a hell of a route runner. He's great off the line of scrimmage, and he got some speed to him. I think Caillou, not from what I recall, he wasn't a burner necessarily. So we'll see. We'll see what he does. You know, Darian Porter is not a great tackler. Kai, I think he's a pretty solid tackler. Eric Stokes,
willing tackler.
Yeah, Eric Stokes is hit or miss. So
we don't want him tackling. We don't even want him tackling.
DCAM is an adventure out there tackling. So you got a team that's going to run the ball, and we got some corners that are questionable tackling, and we'll see. It's a whole lot of unknowns. We don't even know. We don't know what Caillou looks like. We don't know. We've been here since last year. We know what it look like. So we don't know what he's going to bring. You kind of hope for the best, but it's a lot of guys. It's a lot of ifs. Like this entire time, this entire team is a whole bunch of question marks and ifs and possibility. You know, and if we're thinking that we're going to be a competitive team, that can end up being quixotic, right? It could be a situation where we're hoping against hope, and we just don't have the dogs in house to do it.
Yeah, I'm with you. Let's see. I'm gonna go back up to Coach real quick. Let Porter learn on the fly. A 3rd-round rookie cornerback. I think it's just bad all the way around. A lot of question marks. What up, John James? Very, very concerned. Going to trust Coach Pete for now. Joseph C. That's risky playing Trey Tucker as kicker and punt returner, as kick and punt returner. It's all right. I don't know how risky honestly it is. I mean, you kind of get a quick, fast guy back there. Now, if he goes down, it is tough work, but at least we still have Jonte Thornton that can take the top off, or at least play that role. So look, what up, Eric? I appreciate you rocking with us. See, Gabe Kelly was always getting cooked in training camp, wasn't he? I don't remember seeing him too much, so that's hard. That's hard to tell. He had flashes, but not very many. And again, I don't know if it's enough to kind of bring him over DCAM and Darian Porter. So to Coach's point and to Chris's point, maybe you test Darian Porter. He's a 3rd-rounder. You want to see him produce. Yeah. So, man, it is nothing but question marks. And I think we all have a lot of question marks in this secondary. We talked about the safeties. Jeremy Chin, I have question marks on just how good of a safety Jeremy Chin is overall. You know, he had a lot of flashes. We never got the chance to break down his game film. And I kind of looked at that game film, and I got some question marks on his ability to actually cover and his ability to actually force the run where it needs to go and consistently tackle. He's got some good highlights where he's coming and laying it down. Yeah. But at the same time, how consistent is he really? And that's one of my biggest question marks. So, all right, we broke down Jacoby Myers and the recent situation with him. We talked about our week 1 matchup. We just broke down the first depth chart. And, man, it's here. I know someone asked about Genty. You know, I think we all have just a little bit of question marks. If Genty, the big question is Genty going to live up to his number 6 overall pick? I think that's the biggest question mark. So we'll definitely rock with us on Sunday. We'll get more into that question. I promise you, if you tap back in with us, man. But I appreciate everybody rocking out with us. It's game time. It's game time. We ain't going to hit you guys back until Sunday, at least in the Raider War Room, man. We appreciate everybody rocking out with us. We covered a lot today. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe before we get out of here. One more time, Chris, let them know about your interview that's going to be popping. Hit that notification so you guys do not miss out on the interview Chris has got rolling.
I interview with Jason Campbell, man. Make sure you guys check it out. You know, again, it's going to be a fire interview. We got a lot to talk about. It probably won't be live, like I said, because we're probably going to do it in the morning. So I'm going to pre-record it and then drop it later in the day. So I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to drop it. So that's why make sure you guys, you know, hit the notification bell. You don't want to miss it. You know, I do my thing with the interviews, man. So we're definitely going to have some good questions for them. So make sure you guys subscribe. And also one more thing, if there's any gamblers in here, if you guys want to do the Eliminator challenge that I have, make sure you guys hit me up in the DM where it's winner takes all. Basically, each week you have to pick one game You have to pick the winner of just one game, and you can only use that team one time. But shout out to Leo. Leo actually won last year. He won the big bag last year. I think he won. Actually, he had to split it because him and the other guy were out in the same week. But I think they both split like 1,200 or something. So it was
Everybody
cool.
probably went out week one though. Everybody probably.
I know.
Everybody
Me, yeah,
picked the Bengals.
I
Everybody
literally
picked
was
the
out week
Bengals.
one. I selected the
Bengals.
Bengals to beat the Patriots, which I knew was just going to be a for sure victory, and they killed me. I was out.
Wow.
But.
What? We'll see if these Raider fans pick the Patriots. They pick the Raiders to beat the Patriots.
Right.
Appreciate you.
See how that goes.
Chris, also you do a show with Dub on the weekends. You guys got a pre-record that you guys do, man. Shout out to Dub. So guys, make sure you guys check that out. We're gonna be there week 2. Man. Home opener. All right. Home opener. We're gonna be out there. So hit us up. If you guys want to link up, we're gonna be roaming downtown, Fremont Street, as well as the Strip. We'll have some fun. But we're gonna be there week 2. Severe, real quick, let them know what you got going on and what they can look forward to.
Yes, sir. So, I know what it is, man. The Severe Raider here on YouTube, IG, TikTok, Snapchat, everywhere. X, the Severe Raider. Tap in with your boy, man. We'll be back at y'all Sunday after the game, reviewing what happened, what didn't happen, what we wanted to see. But I'm at you guys tomorrow with my dog, PharoahNFL. And around the Shield, we're going to have a Patriots beat writer tomorrow. So we'll get a little bit of a different perspective, see what he's saying about the team, what are our thoughts with him, man. So hopefully that'll, create a good conversation. I know, a lot of fans have tunnel vision and we don't know what the other teams are capable of. So, I like yes. So we'll see what they have to say. And obviously, back on Tuesdays with the 50-50 show, we had a fire show yesterday. So make sure go check that out. Got into a little bit of the game, got into some of the Jacoby stuff, got into Pete Carroll, the entire regime this offseason. So it was a good conversation. So make sure you haven't already, tap in with my two guys, Chris and 805. Those guys do a great job. Chris is like the king of interviews. Yeah, dude's been knocking them things out the park, man. So make sure y'all go head over there, hit that sub, and hit that notification bell and the like button as well.
100%. And I'm gonna get you guys record or score predictions real quick. Leo wants to know. We're gonna tap into that, and so think about that, Joseph. Man, hit us up on Sunday. We'll give you our take on Sunday. We got to get out of here. Because I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk Raider Nation. I do individual videos. Sometimes I'll go live, jump on some other channels, but you guys can always catch me in the Raider War Room with my guys. And so definitely hit that sub button. Again, we do a sub-only chat because we just try to show some appreciation to the people that do hit that sub button. So if you want to be including that chat in the future, make sure you guys hit that up. At the same time, you guys know we break down game film. So check in with us every Wednesdays. Hit that notification because we break down that game film. We have fun. So I'm going to give you mine. I got 2017. Raiders, us on top, win 2017. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. I got 2017. Chris, I'm going to throw it to you, man. Score prediction real quick.
I got it 17-13 Patriots.
17-13 Patriots. What up, Daniel Kim? All right, Severe. Score prediction. What you got?
Man. You know what? I'm gonna throw y'all. I'm gonna go 27-24 Raiders. 27-24 Raiders. I'm gonna say Jamal Adams has a tip pick six.
Jamal Adams a tip pick six. All right. We're gonna hold you to that. Raider Paul's got 27-21 Raiders. All right, let's see. Appreciate you, man. SoCal Chris always with the fire interviews. Hey, if we could just pull out a win, that's what I want. Let's pull out that win. Let's kick this season off right. You know what I'm saying? Because if we lose, this Raider fan base is going to come with some heat on Sunday evening. So make sure you guys hit that notification so you guys rock out with us on Sunday evening. Because no matter what happens, we all know how this fan base works, man. It's going to be live. You got 24-21 Raiders. All right, man. Let's make that work. So, hey. We appreciate y'all. Oh, Super Omnicon, 27-21 Raiders. Tip pick six. All right, man. More like a forced fumble, scoop and score.
I'll take that too.
I hope so.
Scoop and score. Raider
I mean,
Travis, 21-17.
hopefully it'll be Tyree getting a strip sack to close out the game.
Unblocked Tyree.
Unblocked
Tyree with the strip sack.
Oh man, and the amount of people that will come in here and just give us shit would be amazing.
Oh,
He wouldn't do anything all game long except for that one play.
Tommy
We'll get to hear about
Eichenberg getting a sack and
Where's Coach at?
picking it up to take it.
Where's Coach at?
Coach.
Man, Joshua, I like it. 31-17 Raiders. All right, man. We're gonna make
Nice.
it. We're gonna see how this works, man. Hey, but we appreciate everybody. Before you get out here, double tap that screen if you can. Hit that like button. Oh shit, LV Gear 2416. I like it, man. Yeah, double tap that screen
here, man. Go check him out. He has fire merch, man. You know him and my boy Cheeto, man. That's where I get my merch from for sure. It's my dogs.
Coach is still in here. Of course he is. I like it. I like it. And Red Travis, game-winning field goal. I like it, man. Hey, guys, I appreciate you guys, man. Again, if you can, double tap that screen before you get out of here. You guys hit that like button, subscribe, turn those notifications. Got Chris, Protect the Show podcast. You got the Severe Raider. I'm 805 Raider, Real Talk, Raider Nation. We're going to hit you Sunday night after the game. We're also going to hit you guys on Wednesday for some we're chopping up some game film. It's going to be fun, first of the season. So, hey, have a great rest of your week. Enjoy the game. We'll see you on Sunday night. We out of here.